All right, real quick, we'll do a TikTok review. Hear what these ladies had to say. These are fun to do. They're entertaining, and but the main thing is we need to learn something. That's what I want to do in these. So I'll translate what these women are saying, because we have to understand. And there's no morality like, oh, if she's good, she's bad. He's good, he's bad. It's not that way. It's basically women have a public face. They're image controllers, which is good. It's a feature, not a bug. They are reputation managers. So that's what they're doing on these. Also, you know, they're trying to. Some are they love attention and they're trying to create a business. Some of them. So you get more of a business created when you rage bait, when you get people angry. So you got to take these with a grain of salt, but we'll see what they got to say. Let's see what we can hear from these ladies today.
Middle-aged men, Gen
Uh
X
huh.
men.
Uh
Do you
huh.
want to know why women don't want to date you?
Well, I don't think she's going to be right because women's dating advice is horrible, but and it's probably going to be negative. She's probably not going to be nice to the men, but let's hear.
First clue, you can go to therapy. Go to therapy.
Okay, see? Negative vibes. Go to therapy. Okay. So apparently, men need to go to therapy, but maybe it's just the pool she's dating from. Maybe it's just, um, yeah, maybe she's got a little bias. Let's hear. Let's go.
Therapy and learn how to communicate. Go to therapy.
Communicate. All right, let me tell you something about communication. So women like to say honesty, communication. The reason women like communication is because women are good at it. They're better at it than men. And they are better at psychological games because why? Women are the vulnerable sex. That doesn't mean weaker, it means vulnerable. It means that physically they could be taken by men very easily, right? So they had to learn how to play psychologically. The ones who mastered that survived. The ones that didn't, so that evolution went ahead and rewarded those, and they went on and their genes went on. So we got more women that could communicate better and manipulate better. Not That's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But that's why you don't want to argue with women. But the main reason women want you to communicate is they want to try to change your mind, they want to reframe the argument, or they want to try to win an argument with you. And the reason why strong men, alpha men, don't argue is because number one, they know their identity. They don't care what she has to say. They're going to do what they want to do, and you can go kick rocks if you don't like it. You can communicate. I don't need to communicate. I made my decision, and the decision's been made. It's final. There's nothing to communicate. So let's say she said, "Let's go to a concert." Or something. Let's just no, I don't. Okay, now she don't want to communicate because she want to talk me into how great it is to go to a live concert, or I want to bang. I've only known you for 5 minutes. Well, I want to bang, and that's what I want to do. She's going to communicate to you why it's so good to go on 20 dates with her and not bang right away. Well, there's no, you either want to bang or you don't. I'm not okay. So that's basically what I'm trying to say. Let's go.
Learn to figure out what's your and what's not your fit, and then just work on what's your fit. And I think you'll find if you do that, women our age are going to be a lot more likely to date you. Just PSA.
Online dating in your 50s
Thanks.
is not for the weak. We aren't enough with this up. So this week I've been chatting to two, maybe three different people, very casual.
Yeah, 2 to 3 different guys, right? And she's gonna want you to take her to dinner and give her the chivalry treatment. I don't think your grandmama was talking to 3 different people when she was dating your grandfather. 3 different dudes. But is she tell? I guarantee she ain't telling any other. I mean, we know it, but she's not telling them. They're gonna act like they're a virgin for 20 years. And they're not talking to anybody. But this is why you don't invest heavily because they're not investing heavily. Let's go.
But God, they're dry. Blimey, they're dry. Give them a chance. No, Susan, I'm not giving them a chance. No, taking no prisoners here. I am brutal on there. Hey, how was your day?
Taking no prisoners. She's brutal. Well, women are brutal regardless. So you're not alone. Guys, you cannot show weakness to women. Doesn't mean you have to be a jerk. This is why you need to know your identity. Know who you are, know your standard, know what you if you don't go to dinner on a first date, they ask you to go. I don't do that. I'm sorry. You don't have to be mad about it. You just stand on your square. You don't argue. You don't have to yell. Confidence is calm you know? And there's nothing more than a woman likes to know she's got you emotionally disturbed. She's got you emotionally out of control. Because what does she know by that? She knows she's going to win that argument. She knows she's gotten under your skin. You don't want a woman to know she's gotten under your skin. You have to be emotionally controlled, okay? Okay.
At our age, it's harder to meet people. Tell me about your past relationships. What kind of questions are these? Come on, guys.
What do you mean? They want to know if you're crazy or not. Your past relationships. The reason they don't want to give their past relationships is that gives out information about them. And women know this. Understand, guys, women are information collectors. That's why if you call them and you're on a dating app or just whatever, meet them in the street and you want to have a first conversation, they know they want you to talk because they want to collect information on you. Okay. And so they like to give the least amount of information you have on them, the more they can control the narrative or the situation.
Come on. So one in particular was really interesting, and he was witty and funny, and we were having great backwards and forwards. And then I think
witty and funny, backwards and forwards, that doesn't get their vajayjay wet. Okay, dating and sexual relationships is about flirting. It is about sexual tension. Okay, you have to build tension. You have to build, and tension is sexual tension, and that's what sexual relationships are about. Witty banter, back and forth. That's not getting her vajayjay wet.
I got a little bit scared because he complimented me. He was being very complimentary and flirty, as he should.
Complimentary. That gives them nothing. That might boost her ego if she likes you a little bit. But understand, women get complimented all the time. And what they do know about compliments is men who want to get something from them, compliment them. Okay? So they know what and when you're talking to a woman, they know what your goal is. They know banging. They know men. This lady, she's older, but she's been getting hit on for men by the time she was 18 up till now. She knows what you want. You ain't a secret. The fact that you ain't hitting on her or flirting, you're not fooling her. Okay? But let's go.
Nothing wrong. But it really scared me because it triggered some kind of thought process in my mind. Am I being love bombed? Is this guy a fraudster? Possibly.
There you go. It's not that. It's that she knows. She knows instinctually that men compliment to manipulate.
Experiences have caused these thoughts in my mind. So I might pick that one up again, which I probably will, and say hi, because we're all adults here. Everyone's busy. But yeah, story so far.
Wow, what a gem. How lucky I am you might hit me up and talk to me again. What an ego. Go fuck yourself later. Talk to you. I ain't got time to talk to your butt.
I'm not really hey, how was your day?
Today we need to talk about dating over 50. Because after hearing all these stories, I do not think the main issue is that people are too old, too damaged, or too set in their ways to find love. I think the bigger problem is that a lot of people are entering the stage of dating still carrying the same poor communication, the same fear of honesty, the same emotional laziness, and the same selfish habits they should have dealt with years ago. And at this age, that kind of behavior stands out even more because people are not dating for practice anymore. They are dating with real life behind them. Divorce, widowhood, kids, careers, betrayal, sacrifice, financial pressure, loneliness, healing, standards, grief, hope. All of that is in the room now. So when somebody shows up inconsistent, unserious, avoidant, or dry as hell, it does not feel cute. It feels exhausting.
Men are always thinking that women are using them for their money, and women are thinking men are using them for their body, aka...
Yes. Well, it's not that. It's not that we think that. It's that those are our strategies. Welcome to dating science, ma'am. Is the fact that that's what women want you to do. They want you to invest, right? That's the man's power. The man's power is he has resources, and you want those resources oftentimes. Your main agency is your sexuality, right? It's not that you think that that you're being used for your sex, but once you give up sex, you no longer have power because you've given up your most powerful agency. What do you have after that? He's gotten sex from you. So the man actually has to like being around you. So now the men that really do like you will stick around. But oftentimes, and this is a tough thing for women, and I do understand, is that they can't tell who really likes them and who doesn't really like them. Because men will have sex with women they don't like or who they decided they didn't like on a date, as well as women they do like. Now, men have it a little easier because men know who likes them. The ones who have sex with them quickly like them because they've given up their agency. They've gone all in. But they wanted that sex from that man. They wanted to let him know, I like you. So Anyway, men don't feel that's transactional at all.
If you narrow that down to just one date, a man has only given up one dinner, whereas a woman has given up her everything.
Okay,
To a woman,
listen up. Let me tell you the BS in that. Okay, so this is what she wants you to think, is that she wants you to pedestalize, and this is what they've done. You know, I don't say they, like in a cabal sense, is that she wants you to think, and often a lot of times beta males think this, that sex is some awesome goal, you know, and only weak beta males would think that. They pedestalize sex. I'll tell you this, women don't care about, women know that sex ain't no big deal because they can have it whenever they want, and men are offering it to them all the time. So it's no big deal. They don't see this big, you know, when they go out with their girlfriend, they don't go, oh my God, I hope we get lucky. Oh my God. Or when they did have sex on a date, they don't go, oh my God, we had sex. A man might, because he might go on 10 dates and only 3 women are going to sleep with him, right? But she can go on 10 dates and get 10, you know, to have 10 men sleep with her, right? So sex ain't a big deal. This is what they want you to think. She didn't give up her everything. She doesn't see sex as that big a deal. If she did, then you'd see women staying with the first man they ever had sex with, right? It's not a big deal to them. That's why if you mention it, who mentions sex first? Usually men, you know, in a conversation. And what do women usually do if they don't like you? Oh my God, we gotta talk about this. Oh my God, you know, because men are trying to push it towards sexuality, and women are not, you know. And by the way, I ain't giving up a dinner. It ain't worth a dinner, you know. And the fact of the matter is, the fact that I've given you my time, my energy, ain't about my money, you know. It's about the fact that I went out with you and you don't like me. You know what I'm saying? You don't have high desire for me because you didn't feel the urgency to have sex with me. So I know that women that do like me a lot don't give up that urgency. They don't try to control me through, you know, making me wait for sexuality. So
her body is her temple. It's the very last thing we have to hold on to. Our body is the last gift.
okay, just looking at the way you don't, come on. I'm not trying to be rude, but the amount of obesity we've seen in men and women, but we're talking about women here. Your body ain't your temple, you know, come on. You know, let's not BS each other, you know. This is to control the narrative, the public narrative. You know, and she can use that if she can control the public narrative that sex is this spirituality, this gift from God that, you know, you must honor. Then she can try to shame you when you try to get sex from, oh my God, not this soon. You know, it's used to manipulate. This is all what she's doing, is used to manipulate.
We can give. So men, next time you complain about women using you for a dinner, think about the fact that when
No, I don't complain. I just don't take them to dinner, so they can't use me for a dinner. I, as a man, know that I'm not taking women for a dinner. I won't complain. I do things on my terms. I only have dates with women that have sexual urgency for me. That's how you don't complain as a man. You know the game and you act accordingly. But she's referring to beta males. Anybody complaining that a woman took her to dinner, you know, she's talking about beta males. What kind of champions don't complain? Champions do not complain. I don't know who you're dealing with, lady, but you ain't dealing with champions.
gives you her body, she has given you everything. And next time you discard a woman after she has given you her everything, think about.
And I do agree with that. There's a lot of men out there that you know, and because of dating apps, you know, the pump and dump style, women you know, punch above their weight, you know, that this has become, and I get it, you know, to a certain degree. Women are, you know, extremely fearful that men are just gonna, you know, have sex with them and leave them, right? But but it's their own fault because they keep doing it. They keep having, you know. But then you're gonna get, you know, put into that category, right? But I'll tell you this: players, you know, alpha male players that have sex with, you know, numerous women, they know how women view sex. That's why this talk right here is for beta males. An alpha male who's had sex with lots of women, you know, like Wilt Chamberlain, you know, or Leonardo DiCaprio, so Chris Brown, you know, superstars, right? MGK, you know, you think they know what women do, They know that the sex is a templeized spiritual awakening, and we must all. No, they know. You ain't fooling them. This for beta males.
So that might make her feel. And now maybe you'll understand why not all women want to give it up within the first few dates.
No, because women get offered casual sex all the time, and they know that they can have casual sex at any time. And casual sex for women is not hard to get. Men are all about casual sex. That's our dating style, right? So you don't need to feel guilty for wanting sex from a woman right away. If she likes you enough, she'll go to your side and say, okay, I know he wants sex right away. I really like him. I don't want him to leave, so I'm going to give him sex, right? If a woman like this wants to make you wait, that's her style, is to make you invest. But now she's in control. She's leading. She wants to lead the relationship. And we know as men, if she wants, basically she's saying, I want you to do it my way. But you could say, screw that, I'm out of here. Well, she doesn't care if you're out of there, because she says, you can go ahead and fuck off then. I don't care. She doesn't like you enough. Genuine burning desire. Iron Rule of Tomasi, number 3. Check it out. Look it up. If a woman's making you wait for sex, the sex is not worth the wait.
I had a very big dating realization today. At 52 years old, I should know better, right? I haven't dated very much in the past quarter.
Oh, really? That's I've never heard that before. You're new to this? You haven't dated much? No, you don't. And you know what? I'll tell you another thing. I'm not like other guys. I'm not just here for sex. Do you hear that a lot? Come on. This is her public face.
Century, really, because I've been married most of that time. And I have been in this relationship with somebody for over a year.
Okay, so she alpha male. She got. I'll translate. She got divorced. She met an alpha male on a dating app. He's super hot Chad. That's what usually happens with these ladies. And now he's busting her bubble because he's not the man she thought he was.
I mean, off and on. It's been a long stretch.
Off and on.
Like longer than anybody that I've had any sort of relationship with
Hot
since
dude.
I've been single.
Chad.
Since I was 26 years old, 25 years old. So
Come on. So she hadn't been. But, and I'm just going to be, I'm going to be conservative here, guys. I don't want to be weird. 18 to 25, that's 7 years. Okay? Let's say 7 years. Let's be conservative. 3 partners a year for 7 years. That's 21 partners. That's 21 body count. That's conservative. That's a conservative. So, I'm just saying. And then her husband will say 20. That's 22, right? So, anyway. And then now, she said off and on, there's been, let's be conservative, 5. So now she's almost close to 30. I'm just saying, and those are conservative numbers.
did something today.
Let's not act like nuns.
And what I did was I blocked his number. I deleted our text messages. I blocked his number.
Okay.
And this is not like...
But you're blocking his stuff. This means you still care. Let me tell you something, guys, girls. You shouldn't have to block people unless they're crazy. There are a few times you do have to. Don't get me wrong. And if you need advice, probably go to the police and get advice from them. Honestly, because these can get dangerous. But barring that, blocking numbers means that when they call, you have an emotional reaction, which means that they still are. You're still hooked into them. So men and women, if you have to block a number, that means you don't have emotional control over that person. You should be able to see the number, especially men, and go, would you want to be on a date with a girl? Let's just say, and she hasn't blocked the number, and some dude calls, and she feels some kind of way that dude's calling. I wouldn't want to be on that date, me personally. So the fact that she's had to block him, she's going to unblock him. And you can block a number, but he's still got access on social media. I mean, this is reputation management, public face.
I'm so mad at him. I'm going to block his number.
Okay,
Sure.
let me see right there. It proves it. My point. Okay, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. Okay, and you'll see. I'm 50. That's why I know these things. But when a woman really doesn't give a damn about you, it's indifference. She's like, whatever. You could tell, and I'm just kind of exaggerating. Hey, honey, I'm gonna go out and cut my arm off. Okay, tell me when you get back. Hey, honey, I'm going to go ride a motorcycle and light my pants on fire. Okay, no problem. She doesn't care. She's indifferent to your feelings. I'm really sad, honey. My dog died. Or well, I'm just saying, it's exaggerating. Huh, that's too bad. Woman might say, there's total indifference. But if a woman says they hate you or you're such an asshole, consider yourself blessed. That woman loves you. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Remember that.
I'm removing myself from this anxiety loop that he has me in all the time. It finally made sense.
Women love anxiety. It's called caffeinating the hamster. They love it. They love that. Now, there can be too much, but she loves these feelings of anxiety, it's tension. That's sexuality. She loves this, and they'll bang hardcore. She's going to unblock them. They're going to bang, so don't go out to dinner with this chick. But here's the thing. When you're talking to her on a dating app, this and that, she's not going to tell you all this stuff's going on. She's going to act like she's been single for 10 years. This is why you low investment. This is why you want to only deal with women with high interest. Because this lady's got so much going on, she probably can't have high interest with you. So she's going to want to go to coffee. She's going to go on walks, picnics. They don't mind having cheap dates as long as you get her mind off of this guy. But she ain't going to bang you because her soul's with this guy. There you go.
To me today because he texted me early in the week. When I responded, he never fulfilled making plans. He just blew me off. And I was like, whatever. And he texted me today, trying to make...
It's called options. He has options. So, you don't... He doesn't... the opposite of love is not hate. He has indifference. Okay, well, you don't want to go out with me? I'll go out with someone else.
Again, 4 days left on red, 4 days later, and I looked at it and I had massive anxiety immediately over seeing him texting me. What are you going to do?
He's affecting you. That's why you like him, but he's not cooperating with you. This is where you want your woman to be, right here.
Somebody else. It's always you're on this roster,
Yeah, because he's hot Chad, and you know it. See? And the women want hot Chad. You're on a roster, but she hasn't cared. She's put up with it for this long. Now there will be a time when she's gonna say screw it, but she's known she's been on a roster.
Where do you fall in terms of popularity? Who responds first, or am I the favorite, or am I at the bottom of the list? It gives me such horrible anxiety. I sat
but you love it.
Do I tell him off?
But you love it.
Do I just go see him? Do I keep this going? If I don't say anything, will he never text me again? And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't like the way that I have to go through all of this thought process.
You don't like it, but you love it. Comfortable is boring.
And
remember
so
that. Shout out Roll Tomasi.
Not blowing it up. I'm not telling him off. I'm not saying my piece. I'm just removing myself from the situation. And that's what I did. You're never fully on board.
You said this happened today.
It's so final. At least for me it is. Because I do it.
Don't believe her. Don't believe her.
It's a little bit in my nature.
Don't believe her.
If they deserve it, I really like to dig in and take that opportunity. But I'm not taking that. I have a lot to tell them off about. So.
And you will once you bang him again.
I am, for the first time in over a year.
Does anyone believe this?
Fully.
But she's been on those dating apps talking to dudes.
So I went on my first date in 14 years. And
oh, come the fuck on. You went on your first date in 14 years. Okay. Maybe you did. But you've been banging somebody. Let's hear what she has to say. Don't want to jump the gun. Let's see.
I want to share with you guys how that went.
I mean, you almost want to think, right now, I don't know what, maybe she been a nun for 14 years. She decided to come out of the covenant or whatever. Or she's just been abstinent. She's been practiced abstinence. Celibacy for 14 years, her first date. God, the JJ must be like a vice grip. I mean, woo. All you other ladies been out here banging. This lady better than y'all. She way better than y'all. 14 years. Huh. You ain't got morals like her.
So I meet this guy on Hinge and we really hit it off in the chat. Get this, we have 2 kids and they're both the exact same gender, same.
Oh my God. Maybe he created that and saw you. Like the scammers do.
We like the same music. We're in.
Okay. for a lady to bang an alpha dude, it doesn't matter what you like. Doesn't matter if you're she don't care. She don't want to like you. She wants to respect you. But go ahead.
And stuff. So we decide, hey, let's meet. No big deal. So we meet up for drinks, and we have so much chemistry. This guy is so freaking hot.
There you. I was just about to say it. So freaking hot. The chemistry is not. The chemistry is his hotness. The way it got her JJ wet. That's what she's not saying, gentlemen. When they say vibes or chemistry, she knew within 2 minutes of meeting him. I hope they only had one drink. You know, her vajayjay is so wet right now. Okay, the chemistry is vagina tingles.
And
sexuality.
It went pretty good. So then he asks to see me again, and I say, sure, that went well, of course. And in the time when
but I didn't hear about the chemistry and the banging that night. What happened? Just drinks and he went home?
we're going to go on our next date, he got 2 tickets to go to a DJ set for the Saturday night.
Cool.
So that would have been the Saturday after our second date.
Okay.
So I was like, well, okay, okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
So then we get to our second date, and it's like going okay. It's going good, but it wasn't like as the first date, like he was really talking a lot about himself. He was kind of just like looking like, he had other places to be and stuff. And so I just kind of picked up on it. Like, it was
she's insecure. He's so hot, I don't know. But it looks like he had other play. And guys, that's another thing. Law number 4, always say less than necessary. Don't talk about yourself because women are looking to disqualify you. She's insecure. He's really hot. She knows he's probably going to bang and go, So I think she's getting a little insecure due to this hotness. I don't know. We'll see.
So then we say goodbye, and then he texts me the next day. He's like, hey, I'm excited for Saturday. I was like, yeah, okay. And then a day goes by, and then another day goes by, and he texts me, and he's like, hey, just to let you know, on Saturday, I'm going to be doing some ketamine with my friends. And it's like, to each your own, that's fine. But that's where I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable. That's not going to be
very fair.
So I told him, I'm not going to go. And this is the text message he sent.
Well, and let's see what he said. But that's a little, him telling her that's, it's a little bit TMI, dude. I hate to do this, but FYI, tickets for $60 each for tonight's show. So if I'm not able to sell it before tonight, I'd appreciate if you could pay me for it. That's a loser. You're a loser, dude, Dave. You overshared, first of all. Ketamine using loser. She's very much in her right to be uncomfortable by you using illegal drugs that could kill you. And she's in her right. You basically breached the contract, bro. Screw you, dude. No, hell no. You don't pay for that. No, I have a right to say no. But she should just leave him on red.
So I was like, okay, I'm not paying you.
Right.
For a show I didn't even want to go to.
Right.
In the first place.
Right.
So this was my response to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything, but F that. That's just not who I am. It's really effed up that you came at me asking me to... It is. Agree with her. When you didn't even ask if I wanted to go. True. To that show to begin with. Correct. That was a gift. Those are gifts. You literally said you got tickets for us. Correct. That's a beta male move. That's a pretty bold move considering it's not 2016 and dubstep is super unpopular. Whatever. That's her being passive aggressive. And you hardly asked me any questions about myself when she didn't care when he was hot. I was sitting here thinking that you were some great guy. Whatever. But I'm like, what in the actual... You are a jerk. That's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Her text message is fair. I mean, this guy is a douche. Big time. I mean, to worry about $60? Come on, guys. You gotta let it go. And you offered it up as a gift.
I don't know, you guys. I draw the line at ketamine.
You're right.
Okay?
No, absolutely.
So
fair.
that's how that ended. Not well.
No, fair.
So, a little story time tonight.
All right.
I decided to try to get back into the dating pool.
Oh, at your young age.
A little over a year and a half. Haven't dated.
Oh Lord, a year and a half. You've gone without D for a year and a half. Please, no, untrue. But go ahead. Public face.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Got on a nap.
Oh no, no, you got on it. Why would you get on an app? Why would you do that? Why would it? Because you know there's a lot of dudes there that you love dudes, and you love D, and you love the S on D. Come on, they love it. They know all these dudes here. Oh yeah, go get it, mama. What you get?
Guy texting back and forth
Uh-huh.
throughout the week.
Throughout the week.
Finally,
With all these
hey,
hot dudes. With all these hot dudes. What a terrible experience.
let's do Friday night.
Friday night.
Okay.
All right.
So 7 o'clock. Yeah.
7 o'clock. Cool.
Name the place.
So,
Sounds great.
banging. You should be banging. You talked all week. You know what he wants. Name the place. It'd be my house.
Texted back a couple hours later. 7 o'clock. Is this the right place? It's the right place. I'll see you there tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
Oh.
This morning.
Mm-hmm.
Text message
Mm-hmm.
on the app.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to see you at 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yep, see you there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get myself ready,
Mm-hmm.
and the place is literally 5 miles from my house.
Cool.
Great, right?
Yeah, that's why you pick it.
So I drive down. I'm early, of
Uh-huh.
course,
Uh-huh.
because I wanted to get there first,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of, it's just my thing. I haven't
Okay,
been
whatever.
dating apps since 2004.
Yeah. You're brand new. Haven't used them in 20 years. I know, lady. I know. And you have, you've been to that, whatever.
Since,
Come on.
well, I shouldn't say that. Haven't been on a first date since 2013.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
Whatever. Look at them
I'm
all.
there, sitting in the parking lot.
All of them. Look at all these ladies that have talked to us. I haven't been on dates forever. First date in 14 years. I mean, God, these poor ladies. Their vajayjays are just barren deserts.
30 minutes before he should be there. I check the app just to be sure, just to check.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a message. Hey, can you give me an extra 45 minutes?
Okay, he's running out the clock. He's running out. This is a beta male move. Run out the clock. Get it, make, it'll be so late they have to not go to the venue they're going to, and he's going to try to get her to go back to his house or something.
I worked late.
Okay. It's called running out the clock.
No,
He don't want to
No.
go to your stupid thing.
you knew. You planned this.
Mhm.
You chose the time.
Mm-hmm.
You knew.
Mm-hmm.
You had someplace to be at 7. I even told him yesterday, hey, traffic can be a little tricky.
Thanks, Mom. But I had to work late. I'm an adult. Things happen. See, this is a shrew. Okay, this is an injured woman. He's calling. Things do come up. Look at her though. No flexibility. This is the woman that doesn't have high enough interest in you. Okay, things do come up, right? He's calling her, not being a jerk. He's letting her know, hey, people do have to work late, but no benefit of the doubt on this one. She's too angry.
Coming from where you are, 20 minutes away, towards where I live. Still, 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Not 7:45.
Right.
No.
You never had to
7
work
o'clock.
late, I guess.
You chose.
What?
You planned. And this is not a young.
There are jobs where you can't plan that. I'm just saying. This lady, you chose. Her ego's hurt, and she's insecure, and she's fearful, and so she's assuming the worst. He's gonna mistreat her. Blah, 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 no, but this is what you don't want in dating. This kind of woman that has rigid boundaries like this. You want an easygoing girl, like, oh, I'm sorry to have it. You can always reschedule, like, hey, I'm gonna be 45 minutes late. If I'm sorry, we can reschedule, blah, blah. A woman that really likes you would be like, yeah, we can do that. I'm so sorry I had to work late. It'll be cool about it. Easygoing. You don't want someone like this with strict boundaries like this.
This is a man over 60 who should know better.
What do you mean?
Sorry, mama don't play.
Yeah, no.
So, of course, blocked.
Trauma.
Not doing not dealing with that.
He could have been an awesome dude too.
I'm not dealing with that either. I will figure out how to meet somebody in the wild, hopefully.
I mean, this can happen in a while. All right, I'm gonna leave it there.